guys, welcome back to the Pop-It Fox YouTube channel and a brand new video. Today, as promised, we're getting straight back to Pops because as I said, that is the main focus of this channel. The Yu-Gi-Oh is just a little bit extra. Today I'm going to do a focus on something that I myself often neglect to take the time to appreciate, and that is common pops. And that's any pop that you can get for retail. You can go into most stores and just pick up. And I just think they don't get enough love, particularly from myself, so I thought I'd pick out 5 from my personal collection and just do a bit of a spotlight on them, just to show you, if you weren't aware, just how great some of these common pops were. I'm someone who loves a sticker, loves an exclusive, so let's just go straight into it. At number 5, you may not know this if you've... Actually, to be honest, I don't think I've already spoke about this, but I was at a point quite into the MCU. I got all the movies watched before Endgame and went to sort of Endgame, really enjoyed it. But for me personally, the hype for Marvel has kind of died down, at least until we get the movies going again, I think. So my number 5 spot is probably my most favourite character from the MCU, and that is Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. In particular, this common pop, which is from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't think I've ever actually taken this guy out of the box, so we'll take him out now. I just really like this figure. I think compared to other Guardians of the Galaxy pops, this guy's just super duper cool, you know, with the jetpack. It's very much like the Jango Fett pop, where you've got the flames from the backpack, from the jetpack, sorry, being the stand. And I just think he looks really cool. And I think the more exclusive one is the one without the flames. And I'm quite a fan of when Funko does that, when the common is actually the most interesting. And obviously then the uncommon or the rarer pop just kind of just becomes something for collectors. Or people who are like super into Marvel. Personally, like I say, I really like Rocket, but I've kind of fallen out of love somewhat with the MCU. But Rocket was always my favourite character. Probably Guardians 1 and 2 are probably my favourite of the Marvel series. So that's my number 5 spot, Rocket Raccoon. So at number 4 is one of my favourite animated movies. Personally, I always preferred this one to Nightmare Before Christmas, but I think because I didn't really watch Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid, but I definitely watched this movie a ton as a kid. And we have Emily, who is the Corpse Bride herself. Now, I know this is technically a slightly more expensive pop now, but I did pay retail from it. I pre-ordered it from Pop in a Box, and it came over from the States, so I'm including it in this list. I'm sorry, I didn't specify at the start. Basically, to be included in this list, it has to be a common pop that you can buy for retail. No exclusives, chases, con exclusives, anything like that. And obviously, if it's a sticker pop and the stickers just come off, that also doesn't count. So that's the criteria. And this is the second pop in the list. We'll take her out of the box. Again, this is not one I've taken out of the box before, as obviously I am an in-box collector. I seldom have need to take them out of the boxes. But it does give me a chance to appreciate some of the sculpts of these pops, and especially some of these commons which I've never seen out of the box. Because I've genuinely never seen this pop out of the box. And I'm quite happy to. I didn't realise she had this translucent veil. So that's another reason why I'm doing this pop, honestly, because I'm just seeing these details that I've never actually seen before. So yeah, super duper nice pop. The colours on it are so nice. And to be honest, way before I got into pops, I really wanted some Corpse Bride figures, just because I think they look really cool. But these they're super expensive now. Like even second hand, you'd be paying a ton. So pops does the job for much cheaper. I think these, like I said, these have gone up in value quite a lot, but you can probably get them under 30 quid, I'd say, so still decent. I've actually got the whole Corpse Bride set. It's a really nice set. So that is my number 2 or 4, depending on which way round it goes, on this list, and that is Emily, the Corpse Bride. So who are we going to do next? I suppose this is in no particular order, really. I tried to limit myself by not having 2 or more figures from the same line, especially when I've only got 5 spots to fill here. So I would have picked much more figures from this series, but we've gone for Kurogiri from My Hero. This one's in a protector because it's obviously part of my hero collection. But I've seen pictures of this one out of box and it looks incredible. I've never seen it in the plastic. One of my good friends has actually started recently watching Hero. He's just finished season 4, so it's actually pretty fun to be able to just be hyped and talk about it again. But yeah, no, this one is so nice. It's just this translucent effect on him. If you've not seen the show, he's basically just made out of this. This is kind of what his head and hands are made out of, like, constantly. And they've done a really good job in the plastic of, like, giving the illusion of motion, because obviously you're not going to be able to show motion in a pop. But yeah, no, it's just super duper cool. It does give that kind of... I mean, you've got this line here, which kind of, like, is the difference between the translucent and then the solid plastic. But from the front, yeah, it's definitely cool. This is one of those pops I look at and think, damn, if pops weren't such a pain to keep dust free, maybe I would consider going out of box, but super duper cool. Like I said, there would have been a number of other My Hero ones, particularly from this last line. The commons have been absolutely fire. But I've gone with Kurogiri. I think he's a really nice pop. Next up, we have Takara from Moana in number 4th or 2nd place, depending on how you look at it. This one was actually a gift. Because I just said to my girlfriend, said she wanted to get me a pop for Christmas, and she said, well, what do you want? At that point, I wasn't so hardcore into the anime pops, so I just said, you know, I like pops that have a different kind of unique mold. Like, it seems like with the rocket with the jetpack, you don't see that on every kind of pop. With Kurogiri, the portal head thing going on, and Takara definitely fits into that category of just being like kind of like really different. Again, I've never seen this in a box. There is so much going on here though. I didn't actually realise quite how much there is to this pop. Obviously you've got all the smoke. You've probably all seen Moana, but like just in case you haven't, obviously this was the corrupted goddess, and she's just basically a giant volcano demon thing. And I think this pop really does capture it. And honestly, I feel like if you didn't know you were looking at a pop, this could just be a Disney collectible figure. I kind of like pops like that. Don't get me wrong, I like looking at a pop and okay, that's a pop. But also it's nice when you have one that's so different that it could not be a pop if you didn't know. I really like that. Yeah, it's really nice to finally see this one out of box. Super nice details on it, flame in her hand, sort of the rock she's coming out of and all the smoke. Really, really nice. I didn't realise actually quite how much there is to that pop. So I'm, like I say, I'm probably going to do another part to this video at some point, just because it's really nice to see these pops out of box, you know? Like, my Disney collection isn't even in the main office room, it's sort of in the other room. So it's nice to get it out and just have a look. Now this one I would say probably is my number one, but it does come with a bit of bias. In case you haven't noticed from like the many Naruto pops I've shown off in mail calls, I'm a big Naruto fan. And this pop is probably my favourite character. If you've seen my videos before, you know exactly who I'm talking about. It is my boy Kakashi. I love him. He's my favourite. He might be one of my favourite anime characters of all time. He's just such a cool character. I'm looking forward to taking this one out of the box. To be honest, it is a bit more of a basics figure compared to the other ones on the list. So this one really does just come from, this is one of my favourite characters. And it'll be nice to just see him out of the box. So let's get him out now. Yeah, no. Super duper nice. Like I said, it's nothing particularly special. There's no kind of special pose going on. It's just very much the character. But sometimes, honestly, that's all you need, you know? Like, it's just him in his standard pose, with the headband over his eye. Just standard of this character, and it's just super nice to see that. So let me know what you think of this kind of video. I thought it'd just be really nice to put a spotlight on some of the cheaper pops, because obviously there's nothing wrong with collecting for value. I consider myself to be a value collector. I collect for value, and I collect characters I like, such as Kakashi, and I think it's just nice to get a look at some of those cheaper ones, because not everyone's going to be dropping £200-300 on one pop, but that doesn't mean they can't have a nice figure, as I think these 5 clearly showcase. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to get through this global nonsense, of course, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.